Hi everyone. In today's session, let's continue our discussion on functional groups. The next functional group we are going to study about is aldehyde. The general formula is CHO. That is, in the hydrocarbon chain, if you find a C double bond O and hydrogen attached, that is nothing but an aldehyde group. The suffix used in the case of aldehyde is al. Now let's have a look at the example in the slide. We find that there are two carbon atoms in the given example. So the root word used will be ETH, and we can see that the bond between the two carbon atom is a single bond, which clearly shows that it is an alkane. So ANE will be the suffix used, but here because we have an aldehyde group, that is CHO as the functional group, the suffix added must be Al. So replacing E in ethane, we get the name of the organic compound as ethanal. And you can also note that in the case of aldehydes, the C double bond O group will be present towards the end of the chain. The next functional group is ketone. In the case of ketones, a C double bond O group will be present somewhere in between the hydrocarbon chain, where the C double bond O group will be attached to other carbon atoms on either side. The suffix used in the case of ketone is ONE. So here in this example, we find that there are 3 carbon atoms. So the root word is prop, PROP. And you can see that all are single bonds between the carbon atoms. So it is an alkane. So the name is propane, but since we have a C double bond O group in between, it clearly shows that there is a ketone functional group. E has to be replaced with ONE. So the name becomes propanone. The next functional group is ester. So here the general formula is RCOOR. That means just like as you saw in the case of aldehydes and ketones, they had a C double bond O group. Here in the case of esters, we again have a C double bond O group, but along with that we also have another oxygen attached to it. So there are 2 oxygen atoms in the case of esters. The suffix used in the case of ester is OATE. That means if you find an ester group in the hydrocarbon chain, the name of that compound will end with this particular suffix, that is OATE. As you can see in this example, methyl ethanoate. The next functional group is carboxylic acid. RCOOH is the general formula. Here also you have 2 oxygen atoms. You can find that there is one OH group and a C double bond O group that is attached to the same carbon atom. And here the COOH group can be seen at the end of a carbon chain. The suffix used in the case of carboxylic acid is oic acid, OIC, and acid. Now in the example given, you find that there are 2 carbon atoms. So the root word is eth. As you can see, there is only single bond between the 2 carbon atoms. So you can write ethane, but you have to replace the E with the suffix oic acid. So the name of the compound becomes ethanoic acid.